I asked my Twitch chat to pick just one color out of all these markers, and I would use just shades of that color to color any drawing that I did, and they chose purple. And out of all these markers they could have chosen, they chose purple, so I started 1, 2, 3, 4.
Boom, boom. Alright, Mega Charizard X. Now, well, that's a fact. I guess that's what we gotta draw. In case you didn't know, that was Mega Charizard X right there. Using a burrito. A burrito. Okay, let's get started now. Alright, so let's go ahead and draw him right now. He's looking mighty cool. Look at that. I really enjoyed drawing him, and he looks like a really cool logo. Looks like a spicy hot logo for some type of hot sauce or something. Anyway, so we want to go ahead and continue and draw the body. So I decided to do one of a cart burrito, like the kinds you get in New York, you know what I'm saying? Like the ones that's totally wrapped up, using this logo, this Charizard logo. So I continued on, drew his body, gave him a nice big belly because he's eating the burrito. So yeah, that was good. Made sure that he had nice claws so he can pick at the wrapper, which is impossible to get out of these burritos. And then after that, I went ahead and just drew his legs, gave him some nice cool wings. Yeah, and the design turned out really good. I used pen, by the way, to draw this. I use a Micron pen, and just one. I don't know why I don't switch. Anyway, now it was time to go ahead and color these using our purple markers. I went ahead and I started shading in the areas that I thought were relevant first. Yeah, so I have a Patreon. Yeah, if you are interested at all. I only use caliart markers. I wish I could use more markers, but yeah, shameless plug. Go ahead and support that. Anyway, so we're gonna continue on drawing. So I decided that light would be right behind him. Not that light. This light. There we go. That's the light we're talking about. So the light was supposed to hit him from the back. That sounds weird. Anyway, so light was supposed to be there from the back, and then basically, if you just kind of grab a flashlight and do that, you can kind of see what it's like. Anyway, so the Charizard looks really good. Menacing. Yes, menacing is the word. That is correct. So we went ahead and started coloring him now. I decided to use a lighter shade of purple, like a light violet. I had to be really careful here not to mess up because it was super easy to draw something and mess it up. But I like leaving on the edge, so that's why I use a pen to draw. I don't use any sketches or anything. I just draw with a pen. I don't know why, but yeah, live it on the edge. So the coloring turned out really nice. I really liked how his skin texture turned out, and you know, it was a really smooth purple. I really liked it. So it looks really good. I colored his fingers, his hands, and everything, and it was really clean, especially going over the areas that we shaded. So he already looks like a nice purple dragon that we have. These caliart markers, which I'm not sponsored by at all, are pretty decent. I like them. They're pretty inexpensive. Anyway, after we went ahead and colored him in, we made sure to finish. You know, just doing his wings and everything else, and got a nice little texture there. Nice texture. So I was in anticipation of drawing of finishing the burrito. I decided to color his eyes and his tongue with like a dark, like a violet type color, and I really like how that turned out. So that was a really cool purple effect, I thought. Then afterwards, I decided to use a really light purple to use in his belly and his neck and everything, and that was really cool. That looked really nice. I just wanted to give a softer thing using the same color texture, kind of what he had from the Charizard X. But yeah, I really like how it's turned out, and very importantly, the burrito. We colored that into. We decided that we needed a light color for the burrito. It was really nice. Go ahead, and I used the light purple for everything else, the tips of his horns, and then the horns they had, the fire as well. I also got a nail reveal comment. If you didn't know, this is me right now. I'm a not really faceless, half faceless YouTuber. I don't think I'd ever do a face reveal, but you know what? You never know. So I went ahead and drew the more shading on him on the belly. So, and in the fire, I decided to add a little bit more of that. So that started to look much better. Really cool. Do a darker violet that I used for the eyes. I used that for the flames and the fire and the flames. Great song. So yeah, it was really good. I really like how it was turning out right now. It's looking really good. I had to be really careful here because I really didn't want to mess up. Once I did that, we were almost ready to do the wings. So I did his tail, and then I added a little bit more shading here and there, wherever I could, honestly. And very importantly, I colored the burrito. Now I have to explain here, when I initially picked these out, I thought these were blue. Yes, burritos. And I got a request for Alohan Diglet. Alohan Diglet was what I had a request for. Sorry, getting back on track. Yeah, this blue, I thought this was actually supposed to be a purple, so it looked like a very, very light purple, or a borderline purple, but it did not. It was not. So as you can tell, it looks very, very light purple, if you can tell. Don't judge me. I apologize. But yeah, so that was my fault. Hopefully, you guys don't judge me too hard on that. So once we got that done, I decided to shade it a little bit. It still looked really cool. Our purple dragon friend here was looking really good. It's a nice little Barney reference. If you know, then you know. Yeah, so I really liked coloring it and finishing the wings and everything, like just getting those last few textures there to make sure that he really popped. And I thought he did really good. I mean, he even looked great eating his burrito. Looks like he's about to cook it real quick, using his flames and put it right into his mouth. Good stuff. After a few finishing touches, yeah, I got a nice comment that he's loving the pose. Yeah, and I'm really happy. And I was loving the pose as well. I thought majestic. Decided to do a quick sign and flip the page. And Alohan Diglet. If you didn't know, that's Alohan Diglet. He has like 3 hairs on his head. Yeah, that's what's different about him. Diglet, the great mystery of what's actually underneath, and how he digs. Like seriously, how does that thing dig? He has nothing to dig with. Okay, anyway, not gonna harp on Diglet. I'm sure he has his own system. Go ahead and draw the eyes and everything. So we started coloring him now, and again, the same rinse and repeat method where we add the shading first, the darker colors first, and then go from there. Now, this isn't a hard rule. I just kind of like to do it. Light was coming behind him again, which was great. Went ahead and did the shading, and I decided to transition to a nice light purple. This was the same purple that we used on the body, if you remember, of Charizard, I think. Or maybe it wasn't exactly that one. It was a little bit darker of a shade. So I thought this was going to look really cool with his aesthetic. And yeah, I went ahead and I finished coloring that. The skin tone of the purple on the Alohan Diglet looked really nice. It kind of reminded me of like this weird like royal, like this guy was like the king of all the other Diglets. Like if he showed up and he popped up out of nowhere, all the other Alohan Diglets would worship him. Go ahead and colored his nose and his eyes. Did like that light color on, and then very nice. Looked how it looks, and then drew the violet on his eyes. Then we shaded the rocks using again a bluish color, which I'm sorry, I used a blue color. I apologize. And then darkened it up again. I need more markers, of course, but it's okay. Again, you know the spiel about Patreon. Join it, blah 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 blah. You get credits at the end of the video, and my eternal gratitude and love and hug in public, maybe. Okay, then we had to color his 3 strands of hair, which was wonderful, which is what separates him. We used the same color as his nose. We used like a very light area there, and it looked good. I mean, he was looking really good. He looked like he got his hair transplant, the Diglet, and then yeah, he was looking wonderful. He was looking mad handsome now. King of Diglets, Alohan Diglets, was great. He was the Purple King Royal. And yeah, I just did a quick finishing touches real quick. Added a little bit more on his eyes and his nose, just so he could look great in all his majesticness. And he did. He looked absolutely wonderful. And that was it for everything, honestly. Just wanted to quickly shout out a few people. If you're in the shout out, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. But yeah, thank you so much for everybody who was here and supported me. And go ahead and check out some of these other videos and leave a suggestion of what other color you'd like next. I'd love to hear.